What's up, everybody? It's Aaron Duncan here with the Necessary Blunt and Sports Talk. Back again with another Panthers video. But gotta talk about the Jags versus the Panthers game. Panthers squeaked out a big one versus the Jags at home. The first home win in a while. This channel do recap and analysis of the Panthers, so make sure you guys hit the subscribe button and give the video a thumbs up. And when you hit the subscribe button, make sure you hit a bell icon. That way you don't miss the video. You're gonna get a notification every time I drop some heat about the Panthers, and you'll stay up to date. So make sure you do that. But you guys let me know down below in the comments what you thought about the game today. Christian McCaffrey went off again, man. He had a big game. Let me know what you thought about the defense. We had a #1 pass defense coming into this game, but they gave up a lot of yards, so let me know down below in the comments. But I'm going to evaluate both sides, so let's start with the offense. So that first drive, you guys may not know, you may know, the first drive is usually scripted plays. These are plays that the coach and the quarterback and the rest of the offense pick out together because they're game planning, they're looking at game film. These are our 10, 12, maybe 15 plays that they think and feel real good about. They think and know they're going to work out there. And so these are usually the best plays. So as you can see, first play of the game, we had a fake to Christian McCaffrey, reverse to Curtis Samuel, got good yards, kept them off balance. Everybody's going to be focusing on Christian McCaffrey. So we did a good job of using that to our advantage and getting everybody involved. DJ Moore touched the ball. McCaffrey touched the ball also too. And like I said, Curtis Samuel touched the ball. We marched down our first opening drive touchdown of the season. That's crazy. I didn't realize we had a turnover on the first drive in all of our games, but it was good for that not to happen this time. It just seems like Norv was trying to make a concerted effort to not have to give Christian McCaffrey the ball every play early on, and I like that. I mean, granted, he ended up with 25 touches because it seems like after the script plays, Norv kind of just decided to go away from spreading the ball around and go back to what he knows, and that's giving Christian McCaffrey the ball any way he can, whether it's throwing the ball, running the ball to him, or throwing it to him out the backfield. But Christian McCaffrey was eating today, man. He can really do it all. But like, it's once he went down, I'm not gonna lie, I was terrified because the way our offense looks right now, we're not that great. We just have a great player that we know how to get the ball to in creative ways, and that's Christian McCaffrey. And he's everything for us right now. But it was good to see Reggie Bonifant actually get in there and make plays. We have been talking about this backup running back position all training camp in my videos. If you don't remember, you can go back and check. But we were talking about this backup position. He got in there and broke a 59-yard run for his first career touchdown. That just shows that we do have other running backs on this roster. Christian doesn't have to do it every play. Yeah, I know you want to give Christian McCaffrey most of the plays, but if the O-line blocks the way they're supposed to, there's guys in our backfield that can make plays like Bonifant. He was pretty much untouched on that run when he scored and got out of there. He showed good speed. So I was really happy for Bonifant myself. But Norv Turner, again, just questionable play calling. On that fourth down when we had a chance, first of all, I thought we should have kicked the field goal and just took the points then. But we wanted to go for it to kind of put the game away, run some more clock. Okay, that's fine. But the play call, a halfback pass. We've seen this play work before last year where Christian hit Chris Manhurst, but this wasn't the right place to do it, and they were all over it. Christian really had nowhere to run or pass, so we kind of threw it away. We turned on third down, and then fourth down, we ran it laterally on the outside. Why not just run it right up the gut? Why not give it Alex Arma? Why not do a quarterback sneak right up the middle for that? You know what I'm saying? Well, there's other options we did, and we've seen this questionable play calling in short yardage with Norv Turner, obviously, from the Bucks game, too, so I'm a little confused and pissed off about that. But I got to give Christian McCaffrey his time in this video. Like, Christian McCaffrey is the best running back in the National Football League. I'll say it again. Christian McCaffrey is the best running back in the National Football League. I'll say it one more time just in case you did not hear me. Christian McCaffrey is the best running back in the National Football League. This dude can do everything, man. If anybody argues with you, they're just a hater and they just don't watch a lot of football because Christian McCaffrey can really do it all. We saw him today. Obviously he's the heart and soul of our offense. I think it was a career high for him from scrimmage. 3 touchdowns. He caught the ball out of the backfield on the pass route. He split out at wide receiver, getting clutch first downs, running slant routes. Obviously, he hit the home run running the long ball, so he has the speed, he has the power, he has the stamina because he carried the ball 25 times today. Carried the ball 30, touched the ball 37 times last week. So this dude, all the knocks against him that he couldn't run between the tackles, that he was too small, all that is out the window. This dude's the best running back in the league. And it's hard to really argue because nobody in the league can do or does more for their offense than Christian McCaffrey does for us. He's the heart and soul. No matter who's at quarterback, he's going to get a lot of targets, catches, check downs because he's the best friend. You can give him the ball half a yard or in the backfield, half yard downfield or in the backfield. He's going to get 10 out of it. He's that good, people. And I'm just telling you that right now. He's the best running back in the league. Not Zeke, because Zeke can't do it both ways like Christian McCaffrey can. Not Saquon. because Saquon can't do it both ways like Christian McCaffrey can run in a route tree. Not Le'Veon either. It's Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey is the best running back in the league, and he gets a lot of doubt on him just because I think of his skin complexion. I mean, it's a weird thing. 2019 has been a weird year, but it's crazy to say that the best running back in the National Football League is an undersized white guy. It is what it is, guys. Just accept it. Christian McCaffrey is the best, and he's nasty. He has highlights every week. He's always doing something spectacular. Shout out to him. But the rest of our offense is pretty unimpressive, to say the least. Like I said, for what we had up front, starting with 2 offensive linemen out, they didn't do terrible. Dennis Daly got whooped multiple times in running plays. You see Christian McCaffrey had to dodge people in the backfield as soon as he got the ball, but he was still able to create some stuff, so it kind of put some stuff away. But I will say that on the left side, where Dennis Daly lined up at starting at left tackle for Greg Little, that's where that touchdown run came from Christian McCaffrey, where he went 84 yards, and he was untouched. It was very well blocked, so I got to give them credit. They blocked for over 200 yards. They blocked for both running backs. Kyle Allen, he was sacked 3 times, but a lot of stuff has to do with Kyle Allen. He holds the ball for a fairly long time. Yeah, we did blow some pass protections, and there were some guys that got there pretty quick, but the offensive line, for what we had out there, they did a fairly good job. But our offense is just, it's tough to watch, man. And a lot of us thought it might have been Cam's fault because of his inability to run or throw the ball, but obviously Kyle Allen is struggling here, and Greg Olsen went without a catch. Curtis Samuel only had 3 catches. Jarius Wright had 1 catch for 6 yards. DJ Moore had 9 catches, 6 catches, something like that. But the majority, if it wasn't for that bomb he caught, most of his routes would have been just slant routes, getting 5 or 6 yards on them. And sometimes Kyle Allen wasn't even accurate throwing those. So it's kind of tough to watch our offense because we have weapons, obviously, that we showed last week against the Texans, but we weren't utilizing them. I don't know if Kyle Allen just starts seeing the rush eventually and he stops seeing the whole field, because I know that happened last week. He missed a couple guys wide open on some plays because he was looking at the rush and he put his eyes down. Once again, he got stripped and he was holding the ball out with 2 hands, and it kind of makes you cringe every time he doesn't get rid of the ball from the pocket. And I know he's young and he still needs experience, but these fumbles are annoying. We almost come to expect it every time there's some kind of pressure on him, and that's not the way you want. That's not the way you want to watch your offense go. So he's got to get better with that. He said he knows that he has to. Coach has called him out and said it. So it's just a matter of him doing it, man. But we're getting wins out of this, so you can't really complain a ton. It's tough. Games are going to keep getting tougher. The opponents are going to get tougher once we start playing more divisional teams. So they're going to pick on this stuff. The more and more film that's on him, the more and more he's going to have to be better, because people are going to try to exploit his weaknesses. But let's go ahead and talk about the defense, because they deserve a lot of credit for sealing the game away at the end. This was a very interesting game. Like I said, we came into the game with the best pass defense in the league, only giving up 150-something yards a game, I think, which is crazy. I'll say this, guys. We're not going to be that high anymore. We gave up over 500 yards to the offense. Gardner Minshew had 350 yards, almost 375 yards passing. Leonard Fournette had 120-something yards, 100 yards himself. They had 120 total between that and Gardner Minshew scrambling around. We gave up a lot of yards, guys. Gave up a lot of yards for sure. We saw after that first drive the way DJ Chark was eating on our defense that it was going to be a pretty long game. We weren't going to be able to dominate and carry the team like we had before. Luckily, we had Christian McCaffrey to make all those plays, and our defense kind of stepped up when they had to. They did what they had to make plays. It just gave me a lot of cause to pause, because Brian Burns was questionable coming into this game, so we didn't start. Bruce Irvin started, but Brian Burns, we know he has that speed and that get off. It just gave me nightmares of last year. We couldn't get to the quarterback. We would get close, but he would escape and make plays down the field or with his own legs, and it was annoying to watch. I kind of felt helpless watching our defense at times, but Brian Burns, of course, comes in, makes a play. Mario Addison, he bull rushes Andrew Norwell, our former guard that left us for free agency. He bull rushes him into Minshew, the fumble, and you're not going to catch Brian Burns when he gets that ball in his hands. He ran 4-5 coming out. It was nobody even close anyway, and he got his first touchdown on the strip sack, adding to his resume of Rookie of the Year. Dude, and not to mention, he had a strip sack late in the game that really turned things for us there too. Gave us another edge, gave us another cushion. So I love Brian Burns, man. I hope that wrist gets better. We saw he get banged up again. It's really going to be more of a pain tolerance thing for him. The bye week is coming up soon, so hopefully we can make it through then and get healthy for his part. But I love Brian Burns right now. He was a great pickup, one of the better first-round picks we've had in a few years, obviously, since Christian McCaffrey. But Brian Burns is paying huge dividends already. But DJ Chark destroyed us. Our secondary had his moments. I know we really committed to stopping the run. I think Ron Rivera had a lot of confidence in our secondary that they would be able to make some stops, so that he was committed to the run. You saw Eric Reed get a lot of tackles near the line of scrimmage. That means that we are committing to playing him more of a linebacker role, especially with us not being able to trust JC Carter at linebacker. So that's there. But our linebackers played pretty solid up front. Okay. Ross Cockrell, he's been pretty solid in his replacing Dante. We know Dante's still out with that groin injury. No timetable for sure on that. But he made some plays last week. He kind of gave up some plays today. He made a few plays too today also. So I have to do it to give him his credit. James Bradbury had a pretty good game too, man. He's physical, making tackles. He had some pass breakups. Didn't really give up a ton of yards. He did give up that long ball on the DJ Chark that was almost a touchdown, but fairly clean game for JB at corner too. Pretty solid, man. Up front, Bradbury had a chance to put the game away. There was a helmet-to-helmet hit on the receiver that knocked the ball out of his hands, but you still want Bradbury to hold on to that ball so it doesn't be as interesting down the stretch. But they made plays down the stretch in that final drive. The refs kept trying to extend the game. They kept calling offsides, hands to the face. That was BS on Mario Addison. We stood tall. Luke Kuechly with the two-hand swat when he could have easily intercepted it. Ended the game, and I loved how it ended, man, for us. Sweet Carolina everywhere. It was a long game, man. That game took a long time. Every other game was pretty much done by the time we finished our game, man. It was just long. But like I said, you guys let me know down below in the comments what you thought about everything, man. There was a lot going on. I had a lot to say in this video. Do you agree with me? How you feeling about Carolina now? A lot of y'all just anointed him the savior of the franchise, but he's been struggling, man. I mean, we've still been getting wins, though. But despite him struggling, just because of Christian McCaffrey has been balling and the defense has been coming up with timely plays. But today was all about Christian McCaffrey, man. Hats off to him. You know he's getting that game ball. But without further ado, man, I'm signing off. Aaron Duncan, Unnecessary Blunt Sports Talk. I'll see you next time.